Hello everybody, today I'll be doing a tutorial on structure blocks. Now I watched a tutorial when they first came out, but a lot of things were left unexplained, so I decided to make my own, although I doubt it will be any better, because there's a lot of things I cannot explain. So, to get a structure block, as you may know, you do /give, and you can do op, or you can do, I call it op, I don't know why, or you can do your name, and you do structure underscore block, and you do like...
There is no such item with name Minecraft structure underscore block.
Well, that's because I spelled it wrong, narrator.
Block *1 to
you know what? Hush.
WyWyGuy.
There.
Narrator.
So, if you did not know that, to disable narrator or enable it, just do Control B,
Narrator.
and you can do narrates all, narrates chat.
Narrator. Narrate system.
Or disable
Narrator.
them.
Off.
Yeah, well, if you're off, then why are you still talking? He can get quite annoying, trust me, especially if there's a lot of people talking, as I learned the hard way. So now, the data side, I believe there's something you can do with this to do with like an end ship and spawn one of those, but I haven't been able to do that, so ignore that. The main ones I'm going to be focusing on save and load. Corner, I've never used this, so I'm about to experiment with it. So you go in and it's automatically set to data. You can click this to switch through the modes. And then there's corner, we're going to get a diamond block. And I'm going to see if I can do this. Okay. We're going to say diamond is the name of it. And on here, we're also going to say diamond. And then, does that make a thing? It does not. Okay, well, you know what? Quit that too, because that is not what you need to know. What you need to know is how to use save and load. So, we're going to make a little structure over here. Let's just go into here. I'll get some just random blocks. And we'll make a little thingy. Now, you may have watched my video that shows how to make a paradox with it. I highly suggest you do. It's pretty cool. So, now, this is our structure. It's this little 2x2x2 block. So, as I said, it's 2x2x2, so we're going to say 2 is the x, 2 is the y, and 2 is that. Now, you'll see it comes up with a 2x2 block, but it's in the completely wrong spot. So, then our relative position, it's one too high, so we're going to lower that to 0, but it's still in the wrong position. So, I believe, which one's the x-axis? This is the x-axis, so we're going to say x is -1, and then does this go positive? So then we're going to add 1, 2, 3 to this, and that aligns it perfectly with our cube. You can see this little white line around it there. So then you just put a name on it. We'll say structure, I almost spelled that wrong. Push done, and you push save, and that'll save it. Now, you can show invisible blocks, so if I put this here, this shows that it's an invisible block, like an air block, which means if you save this, and let's say we get a block that looks like this is very similar to the example I watched in an old video. So we want to paste this block within these glass blocks, okay? And we want that air block that I showed you to still be an air block. We don't want it to stay as a glass block when we paste this in. So let's put the relative position for this. We do want it 1 up this time since we're putting it in the direct center. Our relative position is going to be -3 about. Let's make sure we put in our names. And this is going to be, you're going to have to push load 1 time to make it up here. So then we're going to change this to 4 to make it go back a little bit. And then we're going to put this as 3. So if I'm correct, that puts it directly in the center of this cube. Now, if we load this, you'll see, oh, I forgot to save it. So we're going to save this. We're going to break into here and fix this glass. So, if we save it with that block, and then we load it inside of here, they'll see that that block stays to be an air block, even though I just placed a block there. Now, another thing you can use is a structure void. Now what I can do with this is I can place it here, and it appears to be a red block. This, if we save it, and then do exactly as we did before, I am very bad at making this. Bing, 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 bing. Then we load it in, This time, the structure void counts as a nothing, not an error, it's just a nothing. And so therefore, it would stay as a glass. So that's what that does. I don't use that a lot. So including entities, that will just say if you have like a zombie or something. So if we have like a zombie spawned in here, we want it to stay there, we say save, and it saves it with the zombies. So then, why did that not work? Wait. Include entities on. Load. Why is this not working? Work. Oh, this is peculiar. Zombie, you run away from me. So if we save it with him in there, maybe we have to save it with it saying off, and then we say load. Okay, well, I don't know. It's supposed to do that, but then the load position is the exact same. You can use these down here to flip how it goes, and you say save, and that will just, oh, I've added a W. That is why. That will flip it. So as you see, I flipped it 90 degrees this way, so instead this glowstone block is now here, and these diamond blocks are here, and this diamond block that used to be here is now here. So yeah, you can use those. I hardly ever use them, although I'm sure they could come in handy. As you get used to the X and Y axes, these will help a lot with your building projects, especially if you're copying and pasting the exact same thing over and over and over. But you know, that's how to use structure blocks. It's pretty simple. Now go out and build whatever you want. This is YYN. Like and subscribe, comment if you want, and watch my other videos. See ya.